Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. As always, your host Papatello, bringing you coverage and news and all that stuff from above. Everything is alright today. I had some shrimp scampi. We also had some ribs, a little corn on the cob, a little baked beans, a little iced tea, and of course, as always, a little Mr. Poland Spring. Always from the mages and the quartermasters at the new Dalaran within the War Within. Too bad that city's getting packed up by the Nerubians. Shit's getting crazy out there. However, though, this is a Season of Discovery video. Get that stuff out of here. Much love to you. Lock it in. Oh yes, it tastes like it was in Zalatov's back pocket. This is Season of Discovery. Get out of here. However, though, unbelievable. Well, we have a lot of things to talk about today. And in particular, it's just one thing to talk about. So this is actually not a super long video. But it's a very important video because, I'm not going to lie, I'm very confused on the decision making. But I also am happy about one particular thing, which I will discuss with you guys. And I'm here to also defend the SOD community about the decisions that were made. My hair's part in two ways. What's going on right now? One's going the other way, and it's the other way. I'm all mixed up. Anywho, editor, clip that out, send it to somebody, and probably 5 continents away from here. I mean, you know what? Send it to the Outlands. Send it to the Outlands. Let Illidan deal with it. Much love to him. However, though, now, before we continue the video, thanks to the sponsor down below, Rested XP, your guide through all of Azeroth for any assistance you may need. Support the boys, support the channel. If anything, just like and subscribe. That's all I care about anyways. Much love to you. However, though, let's talk about the news at hand today, okay? So, Fireland Embers and Emerald Chips stack much higher, used for items in next phase. So when I was reading that title, I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Are they bringing back Emerald Chips? Because I remember I used to have a lot of them, but let me at least read the article before I start, you know, putting people on the crucifix, right? And basically, Season of Discovery, August 23rd, Blizzard announced that the Fireland Embers and the Emerald Chips will now stack up to 2,500, and you'll want to hold on to them to purchase items in the next batch. What do you think we will get more information about next SOD phase? And I was like, okay, so let's keep reading. For the Embers, they stacked up to 99 previously, and they were used for upgrading fire resistance gear. As you guys all know, you would go within, you know, the Grim Guzzler, you would talk to the, you know, the small iron dwarf, right? And he would give you, like, you know, the gear pretty much for your fire resistance gear. There's also some pretty good BIS options for weapons as well, right? But basically, now those Fireland Embers are getting upgraded and stack up to 2,500, and the Emerald Chips stack up to 999, but was only used as currency for a handful of Emerald Warden items. So I was like, okay, this is basically stuff we already know about, but then I read down below something in particular, which I'll highlight on the screen here, that the development notes hang on to these currencies as new items will be made available for purchase in the next major patch. Not only is this a true statement, but they follow up with another statement showing that I think Nightmare Incursions are something they want people doing again, which I cannot believe this. Nightmare Incursion boss experience has been reduced by 50%. They follow up with a final quality of life thing, which I think is a good thing, is that in MC, bosses will no longer spin around, face random raid members on higher heat difficulties. I think that's a good change, something that I've been noticing as well doing MC, that the bosses just randomly turn around. So this is really nice that they have changed this. Most likely in MC2 and MC3, this was probably noticeable more than anything. But overall, though, this is absolutely crazy. This, like, took my breath for a second. I thought I got packed up by a Barrett 50 cal in Minecraft. YouTube family friendly, don't pack me up. However, though, yeah, I was a little, shocked, because what I'm getting at is this. Editor, switch to the, Cam 1. Cam 1, never Cam 2, Cam 1. Much love. I couldn't believe that so many people had these Emerald Chips, including myself. I have about like 300 of them, holding on to them, because you know how us WoW players are. We're a bit of hoarders, you know. We hold on to some precious items that we're like, you'll never know. You might use that for the future. Maybe your bag of marbles. Maybe you have an epic weapon from like a current phase that you really like. You just want to hold on to it for memorabilia. Some stuff like that. Don't act like you don't hoard. I know ya. I see ya. All right? Settle down. However, what I'm getting at is this. I can't believe that they announced this now, when people threw away all their stacks already. Now, some smart folks out there held on to them. I was an idiot. I think I got rid of them like a month ago, probably, because I was like, I need some more room in my bags, you know? So I was like, we're probably never going to revisit Incursions, right? Question mark, right? And now we're going back. And I'm a little shocked about this. Now, here's the thing. I am an advocate for increasing the vendors, right? And supporting old vendors. This is something I've fought for on my channel, and I'm like, this is something that we need to do, is basically, you know, help our old vendors, help our old events, and increase the quality of life out there in those areas with those events, and, you know, improve them to make more fun content out of it, right? And that's what I want. And I'm happy that they are doing this, but what I am not happy about is the fact that people lost so many chips already. And these are just examples on the screen, just from even comments below in the Wildhead articles. I can't even imagine what's going on in Discord communities or on Twitter or anything like that. But I do think this was like a pretty crazy decision to say this right now and say that you're going to force people to start going back to possibly farm incursions for emerald chips, depending on the quality of gear that's within these vendors now. Is it going to be PvP related items? Is it going to be pre-bis PvE related items? I hope they're just optional items and they're nothing that, you know, takes over the meta, and then now these are like dominant items and you have to do this and you force your players going back into incursions. Because I'm not going to lie to you, and obviously guys, you know me, I have no hairs on my tongue. I'm just going to say what I say regardless of who likes it or not. Incursions were not fun. I'm sorry. Incursions were not fun whatsoever. They were pretty damn boring, obviously. And my phone's going off. We got 18,000 people texting me. It's the developers. They're telling me to say, hey, chill out with that. Much love, devs. I'm not coming at you. I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying they weren't that great, okay? All I'm saying is that they could have been a little bit improved upon. And, you know, the incursions are okay at best, but they're not really that fun. It's just the truth, you know? Nobody wants to spend all day just doing incursions only, grinding that just for chips and doing quests over and over and over again. Regardless of how fast or how slow it is, it's the concept of how much fun you're having with the time you're putting into something, and that's the investment you get out of it, you know? And unfortunately, incursions weren't it, and that's just being the truth, you know? That's just me being truthful and 100% with you. I'm not gonna, you know, beat around the bush. So I really think this is crazy that a lot of people, you know, are proudly upset about this, because, you know, now they are going to be forced to go back to something they don't want to do. They have the chips already, and now they threw away those chips, and there's no item restoration capabilities for stacked items. So these are basically gone. You know, all the work that people put into that is basically just in the toilet. It's in the trash. It's packed, right? And it is what it is, you know. Now we just got to move on and move forward with, you know, the future, and see what BWL is going to happen during that phase with CG and everything. How incursions are going to play a role now within, you know, the next phase for any potential really good items. So I'm a little, you know, shocked overall more than anything. I won't say that this is like a crazy thing, because I am happy that they are updating their vendors, but I will say it's just more shocking, you know, shocking, if anything, a little shocking and paladin. It's a little bit more shocking, if anything, than, you know, it is like majorly concerning. And I do think for the people that threw away all their chips and had massive stacks of this, it sucks. Like, it's a bummer. And that leaves the question, which I want to ask you guys in the comments below. What do you guys think about reputational currency, like a tab? Kind of like in retail, like they have it, where a lot of the currency goes to just like a reputational, like its own like a tab, or like its own screen, and your currency is just there. Instead of this going into like a bag or consuming a bank slot, it just goes onto your character pan, and like you have this currency automatically there. I think that's a quality of life thing. I wouldn't mind seeing them putting into it. I know it's, once again, you know, you always have the people that say, oh, but you're bringing more things from retail. That's not necessarily a bad thing if it's going to add quality of life. If it's a quality of life decision, that's not wrong. If it's a game impacting decision, that's bad. Two different things. That's not a bad decision if they were to do that. I personally think that's not a bad gig. Let me know your comments below if you think that would be a cool idea, to have like the currency, like the Fireland Embers and the Emerald Chips, just be in its own currency thing under your character rather than take up any slots. Overall though, let me know your comments below. Much love to you. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Let me know your thoughts on this, you know, big situation going on right here, because as much as, like, you know, I like, you know, playing Season of Discovery, Incursions for me was not like one of the most fun parts of doing SOD. There was a lot other content, to be honest, that was way more fun than just spamming Incursions over and over and over again, especially if you had to do it on multiple characters or alts that you might have had in order to get to, like, you know, the exalted reputation with them. And now for the fact that they're reducing boss experience by 50%, it's going to nullify the experience within there, especially for any new characters or players trying to get involved with Season of Discovery. going through Incursions is going to make it a little bit more tough for them. But yep, just let me know. Anywho, much love to you. Keep on keeping on. Shine on, amigos, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm very happy to be making this content for you on a daily basis, and I hope you enjoy it. Honestly, it's been nothing but a pleasure to make this stuff for you. I gotta come out with another video either tomorrow or next day. We'll see what happens. And then that's really about it. There's nothing else to discuss. That's it. We're gone. We're done. How do I end these videos? Oh, I want to show you something cool. Get yourself a baby Boba Fett. In stores now. Use the OnlyFans link below at OnlyFans Hello J Suckatello. Settle down. End the video.